Hello friends, welcome to our channel Knowledge Amplifier. So in our previous video we already started discussion on Kafka Connect and we also covered a Kafka sync connector which basically copy the data or messages from a particular topic in our Kafka cluster to our Snowflake Cloud Data Warehouse platform, right? So if you want to know those detailed explanations, you can go through the link given in the description box. So here we finally came up with this particular architecture. Just a quick recap. Here in left hand side we are having n number of source systems, and then here some developers have already built some reusable code that we are running in our Kafka Connect cluster. Just we need to configure as per our requirement, and we can reuse their jar file to read the data from different source system and write in our Kafka topics, okay, within brokers which are running in Kafka cluster. And then from the topics, using Kafka sync connector, which is acting like consumer, what it will do, it will write the data in different target system. That can be Snowflake, Google BigQuery, or that can be Elasticsearch, etc., etc. Okay. Now also I discussed that this Kafka source connector and Kafka sync connector in our real environment run in a particular cluster that is termed as Kafka Connect cluster. And the picture looks like this. Here we are having different source system. In this particular connect cluster, there are multiple workers. Depending on our configuration, different connectors are running either in standalone mode or they are running in distributed mode, right? If you are configuring your Kafka connector in standalone mode, then different tasks will run in a same worker node in case of Kafka connector. And if you are running in distributed mode, then different tasks within a particular connector will be distributed among different nodes in our Kafka Connect cluster, and they will run parallelly and improve the scalability. Okay, that's how it works. So here then the source connector is reading the data from source and writing in Kafka topics, and from the topics the data is read by multiple streaming applications. They are processing that and writing maybe in some other Kafka topics, and from those topics the sync connector is reading the data and writing in different target system. So this particular picture shows that our sync connector and source connector are running in same connect cluster. Okay, I hope up to this it is pretty much simple. And then we covered the demo part where we basically discussed how we can integrate Kafka with Snowflake using sync connector. So as a first step, we need to install the required jar file. What is the jar file? That jar file you can get from here. That is basically built by some developer. That is a reusable code. We can reuse for our purpose just by changing some configuration. Okay, so that particular jar file first we need to put where? In our Kafka folder. Here within the libs, I can show you. If I scroll below, here Snowflake Kafka connector jar file is available. Okay, then here that particular jar file path we need to update in plugin.path for our connect-standalone properties. So as we are doing a POC to integrate Kafka and Snowflake using Kafka connector, so we are running in standalone mode. So we need to update connect-standalone properties. Okay, if you are using distributed manner computation, then you need to update some other properties file, right? So here in the config file, here I can show you that connect-standalone.properties I can open. Here you can see that in plugin.path I have updated the location where the jar file is available. Okay, right? And then here we created the public key and private key to integrate Kafka with Snowflake, right? And then here we executed this query in Snowflake. Alter username, set RSA public key is the public key what we generated in this particular step. Okay, I can show you that. Just a quick recall. Here in Snowflake you can see, because I am using the user Sotodru, so for that particular username here I am configuring RSA public, as simple as that. And then if you want to check whether the public key is properly configured or not for that particular user, you can always execute this kind of command, describe username to view it. Okay, and then here as I already discussed that when we are using Kafka Connect, then the heavy lifting is done by the reusable code, but we need to configure some properties. So here we are configuring that, and those set we have written in a separate file here, that is sfconnect.properties. So I can show you that here connector class we have configured, that is basically this particular class as per documentation. Then task max, so maximum number of parallel tasks can run is 8. Okay, what is task already I discussed while explaining the theoretical concept of Kafka Connect. Then from which topic the connector should read the data, and then in which table it should write the data. So that topic to table mapping we have configured here. What is the condition when flushing will happen from Kafka to Snowflake? That is how many records got accumulated, or this much time is over, or that many bytes got accumulated. If any of the condition is satisfied first, based on that the data will be written, right? Then here we are providing our account's URL name, username, private key which is associated with our public key, right? Then our table where the Kafka sync connector will write the data, that table is available in which database, in which schema, that we are configuring. And here key converter, value converter also we need to mention, and the name here we are mentioning something. Okay, that was our pretty much configuration file or SF connector properties file which we run to run our Kafka connect. Okay, and then what we did basically, if you check the next step, here we started our Zookeeper server, here we started our Kafka broker, and then here we started our Kafka connect. Using our Python producer, we continuously producing messages in a topic, which topic we have configured in the SF connect.properties file, and then we verified that from that particular topic in a Snowflake table the data is written. Okay, so this demo already I covered in detail. If you want to know the detailed explanation, you can check the description box. I'll be sharing the link of my previous video there. Okay, now one question I got from one of our friend Purab Joshi, and the question is, looks like in this case Kafka Connect is running on broker node, in this case in your local Windows machine, and is it possible to run the Kafka Connect away from broker? That means when we configure this way, then our Kafka broker and Kafka Connect both are running in our Windows system. Now his question is it possible that Kafka Connect is running in one place and Kafka broker is in another place? That is, as per this particular diagram which I discussed in my previous video, here Kafka Connect is running in a separate cluster, not within our Kafka cluster itself, right? But when I shown the demo, that time our Kafka Connect as well as Kafka broker both were running in same system. So he want to see a demo with different cluster combination, right? That's what I am going to cover in today's video. Okay, so how I can show you the demo? It is very simple. I am going to set up my Kafka cluster in cloud system, that is in our EC2 instance. Okay, how to set up Kafka cluster in EC2 already I discussed, so that approach I will follow, and our Kafka Connect I will run in our local system, and then we will see whether it is working or not. As simple as that. Okay, so here first we need to set up our Kafka cluster in EC2. So for that what we will do, we will go to AWS Management Console, we will go to EC2, and here I will launch an EC2 instance. So I will go to instance, and here I'll click on launch instance, and then here I can give any name, demo, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I will choose Linux environment, and T2 micro is sufficient as of now for demo. For key pair, I am going to use an existing key pair. As of now, I am not doing any security check, so I am keeping it is available via internet access. Okay, and then here what I will do, I will launch the instance. Okay, so it is going to take some time to launch the EC2 instance. Once it is ready, we can start executing the codes whatever is required to install Kafka cluster in this particular system. Okay, so what we will do for that, for setting up Kafka cluster in EC2 system, first we need to download the Kafka from the website what we mentioned here. Then we will unzip that. Then for running Kafka we need Java, so we will install Java, and then here we will configure our Zookeeper and start it. Okay, and then we can start our Kafka server also. But if you just simply run Kafka server start.sh config server properties, you might get error because we are running a T2 micro instance. So always make sure you execute this particular command so that Kafka will not take more space. Okay, and then if you run with default properties, it will run within private IP of EC2, but we need internet access. So for that, I will configure adverse listener for our Kafka server properties so that it will be accessible via internet. Okay, basically in adverse listener, we will configure the public IP of EC2 instance. Okay, so what we will do those. So here our EC2 is running. I will copy this public IPv4 DNS, and here I will open putty. I'll paste this DNS. I will go to authentication, and here I will take the key pair, and here I will click on yes, and here I will log in as EC2 user. To make sure that it is not having timeout issue, I will change this setting to 100 here, and I will click on apply. Okay, Now once that is done, we can quickly execute all these codes because already I discussed several times. We'll just hit and enter, it is installed, and then here I will unzip that. Okay, and then here let's see whether Java is there or not. So here you can see the Java command is not available. Now here I will install Java. And then here we can check post installation whether Java version is giving us output or not. So here you can see it is giving the output. That means Java is installed. Now here we can enter within the directory where Kafka got installed. Okay. So here we can enter. If I do ls, here you will see all the folders are available. I can start my zookeeper. Okay. So here our zookeeper is running in 2181 port. Okay. Now what I will do, I will duplicate the session. I will make it bigger. Log in as EC2 user. Okay. Right. So here we logged in, and then here what I will do, I will execute this particular command, and then here I will enter in the directory, and then here what I will do, before starting the Kafka server with these properties, we need to configure that, right? So here what I will do, I will open SCP, and here I will enter within this particular EC2 instance. So here host name I can put this, username is EC2-user, which is default user, and we will take the, for key pair authentication, I will browse the ppk file what we downloaded. I will log in. Okay. So here we logged in. Now I can go inside this particular directory where Kafka is available, and then here I can go to config, and here we need to configure the server properties. I will click on edit, and then here I will basically configure at first listener. So I need to check where is at first listener available. So I will just find it. At first listener should available some. Okay, so it is in small letter, that's why we are not able to find out. That is fine. So here you can see it is plain text your host name. So here I will remove this one, and here what I will do, I will put our EC2's public IP. Okay, here I have pasted EC2's public IP, and I will save this one. Okay, and here I can close. Here you can see it is connecting, it will connect. Okay, so that way now our Kafka cluster is running in EC2 instance, and it will be accessible via internet. All I can do, I can execute this particular code. Okay, cool. So here it is completed. Now here I can go to my this particular second window, and here I can start my Kafka server. Okay, that is our broker is started. So here you can see that it is running in this particular place. Okay, this URL. So I can copy this URL, and this is my producer code. Instead of localhost which I used in my previous video, I can use this particular as bootstrap server, and I can place dummy data in it. Topic name, what I can do, topic name for this particular demo, I can just give as of now anything. Maybe I can put demo testing to EC2 set, some random name I have given, and I will see that whether it is really working or not, the connectivity is all set or not. Okay, so I will duplicate the session, and what I will do here, I will log in, and here I will start a console consumer. So to start a console consumer, we can first do a cd within the directory. Okay, and then here what I can do, bin Kafka console consumer.sh I can run. The topic name, I can put the topic name where our producer is publishing the data, and the bootstrap server, here I need to put our public IP of EC2 instance. Okay, so I will copy this public IP, and here I will paste that, right? As simple as that. And now this topic is not created by us using console, right? what will happen? The producer, when it will try to publish the data, it will see whether the topic is available or not. As the topic is not available, it will automatically create that. So we no need to worry on that. Okay. So here what I can do, I can start my Kafka producer, and here I can start my console consumer also. Okay. So you'll see that in real time from a local system, the data will be getting published. Here it is throwing the exception, no broker is available. Okay. Why? Let's see. 52.205.29.81:9092. So let me just confirm. So our broker is running, right? In which 52:205 52.205.29.81 52.205.29.81:9092. So let me just make sure it is accessible via internet. So here what I will do, I'll go to security, and here I will just go inside that, and here I will edit inbound rule. So here as of now I will add that all traffic should eligible. Inbound rule is configured, and even outbound rule also I will make that all traffic. Okay, already all traffic is there, so that is fine. So now just let's try to run this one, and here see, now the message started getting published. Okay, if I run my console consumer, here we should see the data. Let's see. See, number 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, so on. Basically the consumer, in the consumer code we have not written that start from beginning, so it is just started consuming the message from where it got spinned up. Okay, and then here producer is continuously producing, consumer is consuming. Okay, so one thing you can understand here, the producer is running in our local system, and the Kafka cluster is actually in cloud. Okay, where our consumer is also available. Okay, so the connectivity is properly set up, that is done. So now what I can do, I can stop my consumer. Just for demo purpose I just tested it, and here I can close this particular session and I can stop the producer. Okay, so our producer is ready, and now what we can do, we need to test with Kafka Connect. Okay, so connect standalone properties as of now I will not change. In the SF Connect, what I will do, the topic name maybe I can put demo remote Kafka Connect. Okay, because this is the remote communication we are doing, and from this topic the data will be written into demo remote testing Kafka sync. Okay, suppose that is the table name. Maybe I will remove the underscores. Okay, so this is our Snowflake table where the data will be written from this particular topic, demo remote Kafka Connect. Okay, and then here we have given our server name, that's pretty much it. And here the name is basically name of our Kafka Connect. I can give Kafka demo remote testing. Okay, now here what I can do, this particular topic name I will be copying, and here in this particular place I will put that. Okay, so what the producer will do, this producer will create a topic with this name within the Kafka server which is running here. Where it is running? It is basically running in our EC2 instance, right? Okay, cool. And then here we will start our Kafka Connect, which will act like consumer. We will not start any Kafka console consumer, and then we will see whether from this particular topic directly the message is getting written into our Snowflake or not. And that way we will understand clearly that how to integrate the system if Kafka Connect is running in one cluster and Kafka Broker is running in another cluster. Now how the Connect will know in which cluster the broker is running, that we need to configure. Okay, so for that one extra additional property you need to change, that is in standalone properties where we added the plugin path earlier. Here only if you see the bootstrap server, where our server is running, that is mentioned, right? So that bootstrap server, here we need to mention this particular URL. That's all in connect standalone dot properties file. Rest there is no change. Okay, cool. So I hope you understood this. Now what I will do, earlier if you recall, to start our complete lab, first we started Zookeeper in local system, then Kafka Broker in local system, then we started Kafka Connect. Because Kafka Connect tried to connect with Broker, and then here in the Broker server it was localhost :9092, so that's how it was connecting with local Broker. But now the Broker is in cloud, so that IP, public IP we have provided, so we no need to start Zookeeper or Kafka server locally. Only the connect we will run in local, and rest everything related to Kafka cluster is running in cloud system. Okay, cool. So what we will do, I will go to Snowflake and let me show you first. First I will just create or replace this particular database. I will use this particular database, and if I just do show tables, currently no table is there. I will use this particular warehouse. Currently warehouse is executed, and what is the table name we have provided in SF Connect? That table name is this one. I will copy that and I will paste that here. So if I just execute with this particular table name, it is not existing. So now let's see the testing part. Okay, so what I will do here, I will start my Kafka producer. Okay, so the producer is started, and now here I will start my Kafka Connect. So to start our Kafka Connect, what is the code already we discussed? That is basically this particular one, which is running a local system. connect-standalone.bat file we will run with connect-standalone properties, where it is mentioned that what is our Bootstrap server running in cloud, as well as where our reusable jar file is available for Snowflake sync connector, right? Those two things are there. And in SF connect.properties, rest important properties like from which topic it should read the data, in which table it should write the data, what is the Snowflake server, how to basically authenticate using private key, public key, all these things are configured there. Okay, so here I will start my Kafka Connect alone in the terminal, nothing else I will start. Okay, so here I will hit an enter. So here our Kafka Connect will start automatically using the Bootstrap server configuration. It will try to connect with the cloud system, and then it will publish the data eventually in that particular Snowflake table. Okay, so here you can see the Kafka Connect is started. So we need to wait for some time. So here all these things are going on, and as this table is not existing in our this database, we have seen the Kafka Connect will automatically create that. So if I just execute select start from demo remote testing Kafka sync, now we can see that a table got created with record metadata which contain the key, the offset, the partition from where the Kafka sync connector has read the data, what is the topic name, etc, etc, and the actual message is available in this particular record content variant column, right? So here let it run. So it is going to take some time based on our configuration, these three, that is buffer count records, buffer flush time, and buffer size bytes. It will flush the data with certain interval, or if any of this condition is satisfied, then it will flush, the sync connector will flush the data from Kafka topic to our Snowflake. Okay, and if this works, I hope this particular doubt will be clear, because here it is asked that broken node and Kafka Connect should run in different places. Okay, and here it is happening that broker is running, the complete cluster is available in EC2, whereas our Kafka Connect is running in our local system. Okay, so let's see. So here if I just execute now this particular table, you should have data. So here see, the data got ingested. If I scroll below up to number 165, the data got ingested in Snowflake. So here our producer is continuously producing. Currently it is at number 328, 29, so on. So with certain intervals the data will be written, and this column is actual message, and this column is basically record metadata. When the message was published, what is the key? As of now we are not publishing any key with our message, right? So key is null. What is the schema ID? What is the offset, partition number? So here the producer created the topic by itself. The topic was not earlier existing, right? So whenever producer create the topic, it is having by default no partition. So partition only 0 you will be getting, and the topic name here you will be getting. Okay. Even you can execute order by record content :number. So record content is a variant from where we are extracting the value corresponding to key number, and on top of that we are doing order by in our this particular table. So I can execute that and show you. So here if I scroll below, here now see up to 283 the data got written. Okay, so here it is continuously ingesting. If you wait for a couple of more seconds, here you will see the value get increased. Okay, so I will just have a track. So as of now it is up to 283. So in near real time, the data is getting ingested in our Snowflake system. And that's the beauty of using Kafka Connect. We have not written any code. Just we configured and we are reusing the jar file for our purpose, right? That is basically helping us to do our development faster. So see, currently the number is 401. So the record is continuously getting pushed from our Kafka cluster, which is running in our EC2 instance, using the Kafka Connect to our Snowflake system, whereas our Kafka Connect is running in local system, right? And here we are basically publishing the message using the producer, which is pointing to the Bootstrap server of our cloud system, cloud Kafka cluster, not like earlier where the server was also running in local. Okay, so I hope Purab, your doubt is clear. If you find this video helpful, then please like, share and comment. Subscribe our channel if you have not subscribed till now. And don't forget to press the bell icon to get the notification of our latest videos. Thank you.